Welcome to the Museum of the African American Experience. I am Winn Wellman, the curator, the creator of the museum. Join me. I want to take you on a little walk through Black history. As you step into my museum, you'll see a welcome sign, and then on the floor here it says set your world to midnight. I want to show you how you do that. In Second Life, it's very easy to have full control of your environment. You can set it to sunrise. We have some beautiful sunsets. But for the purpose of my museum, I want you to go to midnight so you can take full advantage of my glowing pictures. Here, we'll start here. Well, actually, let's start up here. Sankofa. These two symbols both mean the same thing. Sankofa, the spirit of going back to get what you need to go forward. So, very short trip. This won't be very long. This is the representation of how we black people arrived in the Western Hemisphere in the hold of a dirty ship, chained together, stacked on top of each other, waste from one bunk streaming down onto the other. You can't complain, can't do anything about it. This photograph here, On to Freedom, shows the spirit of the black people. Theodore Kaufman painted this in 1896. Here's an auction of a family as part of a larger auction. This is the way we lived, and this is how we worked. So-called shiftless, lazy black people. Denmark Vesey organized the most successful, well, no, not successful, the most intricately planned slave uprising in the history of this hemisphere. Charleston, South Carolina, 1822. Brother Denmark Vesey was murdered by the city of Charleston for wanting to free his people. Gabriel, same story. Gabriel had a better chance of success. He was actually defeated by weather. A terrible storm broke up his attack. Denmark was betrayed by a house slave. Bussa, who led a slave rebellion in Barbados, he wasn't betrayed. His his rebellion started and it would have been successful were it not for the fact that it happened in Barbados, 166 square miles. The island is 21 miles long. At the time of his uprising in 1816, Barbados was completely deforested. There was nowhere for them to hide, and they were all destroyed. Here's lynchings of many different kinds for many different reasons, mostly unjustified. Nani, national hero of Jamaica, Sam Sharp, John Brown. Toussaint Louverture and Dessalines from the Haitian Revolution. As you look down here, you'll see Nat Turner. Four little girls killed, Birmingham, Alabama. Destruction of Black Wall Street, Negro Town. We just went right by black doctors, blacks in medicine. Dr. Daniel Hale Williams performed the world's first successful open heart surgery. And here is Providence Hospital, first black hospital in the United States. As we move on, I want to tell you the story of Charles Richard Patterson. He was born a slave in Virginia. He escaped to Ohio. He got a job as a blacksmith, was so successful, such a good job this man did, he ended up buying his employer out. And his son, Frederick Douglass Patterson, created the world's first black-owned automobile manufacturing company. 1915, these black people were making cars and buses, trucks. Yes, everybody knows about the bad blood experiment, the Tuskegee experiment. This black woman, Eunice Rivers, she held the whole thing together. She could have just as easily stopped it. All these black people were abused for 40 years. The federal government of the United States, told these people they were being treated for syphilis for 40 years. Gave them no treatment. World's first black female pilot, Bessie Coleman. Every single aviation school in the United States turned her down. She went to Texas. She went to France and got her license. Came back to the United States and was very successful until she sadly died when her engineer crashed the plane that she was in. She was thrown from the plane and fell 500 feet to her death. As you just go around, you'll see all these famous figures from history. Here's Dr. John Hope Franklin. Here's a slideshow I made of President Obama during the time that he was running as a candidate for president. It's a slideshow. I have approximately 60 pictures in there that slide every 20 seconds. Lift every voice and sing, the most beautiful song ever written. This has been the first floor of the Museum of the African American Experience. This is just our first video, and there will be more. Stay tuned.